The rumors ran rampant about the new iMacs coming at the spring-loaded event, and actually, they were pretty much true. So let's take a look at those brand new iMacs and, first impressions. Hey, I'm Jerry, and this is the brand new 24-inch iMac. And this thing looks great, like really great. Just like most of the rumors predicted, it's a very flat design, very reminiscent of the Pro Display XDR, and it does come in actually 7 colors: yellow, orange, red, purple, blue, green, and silver. You get a 24-inch 4.5K Retina display. The colors on the front of the iMacs are kind of muted, whereas the back of them really pop. Like Tim said that the first thing you might see of an iMac is you walk into a room and you see the back of the iMac, so you really want to see that popping color. Sure. I think that the colors actually look really good. I was afraid that the entire iMac was going to be that muted color of like the iPad Air 4 that I'm not really a fan of, so I'm really happy that if you're going to be going with colors, that they're really bright and bold and they actually stand out. The displays can do P3 wide color gamut, get up to 500 nits of brightness, they have true tone, and they have an ultra low reflection coating to prevent glare. Apple said that the iMacs have brand new 1080p cameras that do all kinds of fancy stuff to make you look really good, and they said it's the best cameras that they've put in a Mac before, although no Face ID, which was slightly disappointing, but we'll get to that in just a sec. Same with the studio mics. They're the best mics that Apple's put into a Mac. They have beamforming to capture your voice and not necessarily the other stuff going on around you. I really like the design. I think it is super sleek. I like the stand. I like how it's squared off. I like the hinge on it. It does look a little bit lopsided on this picture where the hinge is nowhere near the center of the iMac. But that's of course because it still has a chin. And as we'll see in a second, that's because of the speakers that are built into the chin. Now, if I had to choose a favorite color from this photo right here, I think it would be the blue. I think I like the blue the most, but I'm not a fan of that pastel front, and I'm really not a fan of the white bezels. Like, why did they put white bezels on all of these iMacs? White bezels are like the worst thing for watching content, and if they want you to watch videos on this with the big, bright, beautiful screen and the amazing new speakers, why give it a white bezel? I mean, why? Apple showed the logic board of the Intel version, and then of course the shrunken down version for the M1, which is going to be sandwiched with 2 fans. So yes, there are fans sandwiching the M1 and the motherboard on the new 24-inch iMac. The updated speakers have tweeters and woofers on both sides, and there's something else. They said there's a 6-speaker system in these iMacs, so hopefully it's a nice boost in sound, although I really do like the sound in the 27-inch iMac. Hopefully it's better than the 27-inch iMac and not just merely better than the previous 20-inch iMac or 21-inch iMac. And next up, we have iMac accessories, including a brand new Magic Keyboard. Now, brand new Magic Keyboards also match the colors of the brand new iMac, so you can get green, blue, pink, whatever the colors are. And these buttons up here are brand new to the iMac, although we did get those on the M1, MacBook Pro, and Air, so you get Spotlight, Dictation, and Do Not Disturb, which is awesome. Then over on the right, instead of the eject key that has been on the external keyboards for however many years now, we finally get something a bit different. We actually get a lock button, so we can just quick lock the button without hitting Command-Control-Q. And of course, Touch ID. So now you can get a version of the Apple Magic Keyboard with Touch ID. Although I'm still a little upset we didn't get Face ID on the iMacs. Like, why not? They're thick enough, they're powerful enough, they can do it. Why can't we get Face ID on the iMac? But whatever, this is second best. So now we get Touch ID on a keyboard that wirelessly connects to the Mac. And I actually talked about this in a previous video. It would be nice if Apple could add Touch ID to an external Magic Keyboard and maybe add a T2 chip that syncs with the T2 chip in the iMac for added security. One can only hope for something like that, I guess. So, you're welcome, Apple. You can have that one for free. There's also new Magic Mice in the colors of the iMac that you get, and of course you can also get Magic Trackpads in those same colors. So the new iMacs come in 2 different versions. You get the 8-core CPU, 7-core GPU, just like the base MacBook Air, 8 gigs of memory and 256 gig SSD with just 2 limited Thunderbolt ports for $12.99. If you want to jump up to $14.99, you can get the 8-core CPU, 8-core GPU, 8 gigs of memory, 256 gig SSD, and 2 Thunderbolt ports and 2 USB ports, so a total of 4 ports on the back. And you'll also get that keyboard with Touch ID built in, which is awesome. And then I think you can jump up to $16.99 and get the 16 gig version of this and maybe 512 gigs of storage or something like that. So the ports on the back are just a little bit limited for what I would like. There's not even a built-in Ethernet into the back of the iMac, but with this magnetic power connection right there, the power cord will connect, and then I guess on the power brick, you actually have an Ethernet port. Luckily, there's still a 3.5mm headphone jack on the side, so at least you have that, but there is no USB-A, there's very limited USB-C or Thunderbolt ports. There's no Ethernet port built into the iMac. That's a configurable option for the power brick. There's no SD card slot, so you may still need to pick up something like a hub or a dock that allows you to expand ports on the more limited M1 iMac. So that's the overview and my first impressions of the brand new 24-inch iMac that Apple announced today. They come in 7 pretty cool looking colors, a little pasty on the front, but still pretty cool. They come with new speakers, new cameras, new displays. They're super thin, and of course they run the Apple M1 chip. Unfortunately, no 27-inch version yet, and they're a little limited on the port selection on the back. So if you're looking to pick up one of these new 24-inch iMacs next month, you might need a little help picking out a dock or something to expand those ports. Check out this video right over here for recommendations. Hit subscribe for more videos on this new stuff from Apple. Hit thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you next time.